How's it going? Today I'm going to be tying my olive creeper nymph. So the hook I have in the vise is a Full & Mill FM5045. It's a size 12 jig hook, and the bead I have in the vise is a black nickel 3.8mm from Ian at Get Slaughter. So we'll start off with my olive uni thread 8/0, and I'll build up a nice head, securing the bead. Just nice tight turns, whipping it all on, keeping the bead secured. So after that, take a spot of varnish, or you can use super glue if you want. Just in behind the bead, just to help set the thread. Take my tag end, same as in all my videos, and use it to wind down as the thread just slides down and gives you nice tight wraps. I'm going to be taking the thread down to roughly just before where the bend starts. Either trim off or break off your tag thread, just to make sure it hasn't slipped any. For the tail, we're going to be using an olive cock haggle, just one of the wide ones from the end of the cape. Pull out a few fibres so as they're lined up roughly, and pinch off about 8 or 10. Make sure they're all lined up nice. So for the length of my tail, I'll be going for roughly the same length as my body. Measure it out, just set it on, and a couple of pinch and loose turns, just to make sure you're happy with it. And then nice tight turns up towards your bead again. Trim off your excess. Wrap it down in, keeping it tidy, bringing everything up to your bead. Keeps your body nice and smooth. Now for the rib, I'm going to be using some olive flexi floss, band flex. Just pinch off a length of it and tie it in at your bead. Once you've got 2 or 3 turns on it, you can put a bit of tension on it, it'll thin down, touch and turns back down to your tail. Nice touch and turns is the key to this fly. It keeps the body nice and smooth. It makes bringing everything back up so much easier. So once you're down to the tail, nice tight turns, coming back up again. You want to be coming roughly 2/3 of the way, overlapping a wee bit. You want to be coming roughly 2/3 of the way back up the fly. Give yourself plenty of room for your thorax. And there's there. Now pull your flexi floss, bit of tension on it, and then nice open turns to give the fly a segmented body the whole way up. There we go. If you want, you can loosen your tension as you're coming up the fly a little bit. It'll give you a slightly thicker rib. So 3 or 4 turns to secure it down. Trim off your excess, and again bind everything down. So because the flexi floss is quite brittle, I'm going to be using some UV varnish over the top just to cure it. I'll just delete that. So this stuff's quite old, a little thick. Just put a blob on top of the fly, take your bodkin dubbing needle and start to work it all in. Hopefully it'll sag down a little itself, making it a bit easier. Give it a wee while to soak into the threads a bit too. Just make sure the underside, yeah, there we go, and drop a little bit down onto where it steps from your rib onto the hook shank as well. It'll just stop any slipping from your flexi-floss rib. Once you're happy you've got your resin spread out evenly enough, a couple of seconds with a torch, quick blasts usually all it needs, just depending on the strength of your batteries. There we go, and that's it, it's the body set. So for the legs, I'm just going to be using the remainder of the flexi floss that I cut off from my rib, tie in on my near side, giving it probably about 10mm or so length of your leg, and again on the off side, a couple of loose turns, pull it about to set it so you're happy. There we go, and then bind it all on tight. Just with your last few turns, make sure you're happy enough with the position of your legs. There we go. So for the thorax cover, I'm going to take a few inches of this opal mylar medium, double it over, slippy stuff so it can be tricky enough to get tied in. There's one tied in. There's two. Plenty of turns there. Now, my dubbing for this fly is a mixture of olive seals fur from Ban Valley and just a handful of different spectra dubbins. There's browns, olives, a little bit of UV in it. It's just a little bit of everything, to be honest. Wet my fingers just to help dub it on a bit. And put on a good thick dubbing rope. You want this thorax to be quite straggly. So nice thick dubbing. Touch and turns. Don't worry too much if you've overlapped. It'll all help fill it out. Just tighten that down a bit. There we go. Make sure we're not pulling our legs down. Pull them back. And a couple of turns. A thread there. Pull your thorax cover over the top. Again, just making sure you don't tie your legs down. Sometimes you just have to weave in and around between the bead and the legs. Once you've got a couple of turns, you can use your fingers to pull it back. There's 3 turns, and we'll just trim off our excess. There we go. So again, because the mylar is quite brittle, we want to be putting in a bit of varnish or UV resin over the top. But before I do that, I'll just whip finish. Six turns for your whip finish. Trim off our waste. So again, take the UV resin, just make sure there's not too many fibres sticking up. Pull the legs out of the way. A good big lump of resin over the top, and our varnish or our UV torch just to set. There we go, that's the fly near completion now. So with the legs that are sticking out the back, that's still on a lip, you can cut them to whatever length you want. Personally, I like to take them down to pretty much where the body is. and your two legs on the top, push them up, and same sort of thing, just cut them to the length that you want them, even them up, and there we have my olive creeper nymph. It's usually early season, the first fly that comes on. It wouldn't be unusual for me to be fishing 2 of them at a time. If you want, you can just take your Velcro just to tease out a bit more of the dubbing. There we go, just makes it a wee bit fishier looking, but once you've had a few trout on it, they'll pull it out themselves anyway. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.